Hey guys, it's Ryan with AIinsidertips.com. In this video, I'm going to be doing a detailed comparison between Claude 3 versus ChatGPT Plus. Now, Claude 3 was released by Anthropic a couple of weeks ago, and I made a video here explaining all the details of Claude 3 when it was first released. So if you're new to Claude 3, I would suggest checking out my video here, and I will leave a link to that in the video description below. And guys, also for the purposes of this video, I do have both the premium version of Claude 3, as you'll see I'm subscribed to Pro here, and I also have ChatGPT Plus. Now, both of these do cost $20 per month as of this video recording. So on this spreadsheet, I have all sorts of benchmarks that I'm going to test in this video. So I'm going to look at pricing and features, recency, image generation, summarization, copywriting, vision, creativity, problem solving, ideation. And I'm also going to look at some of the resources that the parent companies provide, like prompt libraries, as I do think that does make a difference when making a decision on which tool to use. I also have some prompt examples here ready to go, so instead of me just thinking of random ones off the top of my head like I've done in previous videos, I'm a little more prepared for you guys here in this example, where I have all these prompts already written out, and I'm going to test each large language model on these different prompts for each use case. So the very first thing I want to look at when comparing Claude 3 versus ChatGPT Plus are the pricing and the features. So I do have a premium model for both tools. If I come over to Claude 3, here are some of the features you get for that $20 a month price point. You get to level up your Claude usage, priority access during high traffic periods. So if you watch my Claude 3 video when it first came out, I was using the free version and it actually kicked me off due to the servers not being able to handle the traffic. So that is a good selling point. But this right here is the most important selling point. Access to Claude 3 Opus, our most intelligent model. I've become a big fan of Claude 3 Opus so far, and I'm going to show you later in this video why that is. And you also get early access to new features. If I hop over to ChatGPT Plus, you get access to the GPT-4 model. Now, guys, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if 4.5 or GPT-5 comes out sometime in the near future, and I'm very curious to test that model against Claude 3 Opus. So you also get to browse and create custom GPTs. That's definitely a selling point. But right here's probably the biggest selling point for me of ChatGPT Plus: access to additional tools like DALL-E, browsing, advanced data analysis, and more. Now, DALL-E especially is a huge selling point of why I still am subscribed to ChatGPT Plus. And if I come back to my spreadsheet here, I will give the nod to ChatGPT Plus here, mainly because of the DALL-E integration and also custom GPTs. I think that alone separates just Claude 3 on a pricing and features standpoint. So the second thing I want to look at is recency. Now, ChatGPT has always struggled with recency as it is not connected to real-time information. They do have a browsing feature, but when comparing to, let's say, Google Gemini, which has Google search results at its disposal, recency has always been a category where ChatGPT has struggled. So if I come to my prompt example, the recency prompt, I'm going to ask both tools, what is the current price of Bitcoin? So if I come back to ChatGPT Plus, I want to start a new chat. What is the current price of Bitcoin? I'm going to come back to Claude 3, start a new chat. What is the current price of Bitcoin? And let's just quickly compare the different responses for each AI chatbot. So it says right here, the current price of Bitcoin is approximately $68,173 according to Coinbase, with a 24-hour trading volume of 75.83 billion. So if I click this, currently we're sitting at about $66,730. So close. I mean, it's not exactly, and Bitcoin's very volatile, so this is a pretty hard recency prompt, but that's pretty close. It's relative. And if I come back to Claude, it says, I do not have access to real-time data for Bitcoin or any asset. My knowledge is based on data I was trained on, which has a cutoff date of August 2023. So as you can see here, recency clearly gives the nod to ChatGPT Plus. Now, the next benchmark I want to test out is image generation. So if I come back to my prompt examples, I'm going to copy and paste this one, create an image of a dog playing in the park, come back to ChatGPT, start a new chat, do it there, come back to Claude, start a new chat, create me an image of a dog playing in the park. I don't know why it's having these characters at the beginning. But I have a hunch that Claude does not have AI image generation capabilities as of this recording. It says, I apologize, I'm not able to create, generate, produce, edit, manipulate, or modify images. I can only perceive and analyze images that are provided to me. And that's its vision capability, which I'm going to test later in this video. So here's a picture of a dog playing in the park. Not bad. Obviously, you can tell it's AI generated, but regardless, still a pretty high quality AI image in my opinion. And if I come back here, again, I have to give the nod to ChatGPT Plus for image generation, as Claude 3 still cannot generate images. I would expect that to change, as Anthropic, I'm sure, is working on that feature behind the scenes. So the next benchmark I want to quickly look at here is summarization. So what do I mean by summarization? Well, in this example, I'm going to be uploading a PDF to each LLM and then prompting it with the following. Summarize this PDF in a way that's understandable to the average person. Use a maximum of 300 words and no more. And so when I come to Claude 3, the PDF that I'm using in this example is actually the Bitcoin white paper. So if you're not familiar with Bitcoin, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, you're not going to have any understanding of what the Bitcoin white paper is. And so I'm hoping by using an LLM like Claude 3, it can explain it better to the average person. So right away, what I do like is it's very concise. It did follow that 300 word in the directions that I gave it. Sometimes ChatGPT Plus and other LLMs like to go on tangents. So I do like that right away. I'm just going to read the last sentence. You can pause it, read this word for word, and do your own analysis if you'd like. But in summary, the Bitcoin white paper introduces a groundbreaking trustless electronic cash system that has the potential to revolutionize the way we conduct financial transactions online. Now, in my opinion, that's very understandable to the average person, so I do like this response just looking at it very quickly. If I hop over to ChatGPT Plus, it also is very concise, which I like. It is around that 300 word character or 300 word limit, which I gave it in the directions. Again, I'm not going to read this word for word. I'm going to come to the last sentence and see what it says. Bitcoin's decentralized nature means it operates without a central authority. Issuance of new Bitcoins governed by consensus among network participants. Yada, 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 minimal transaction fees, opening up possibilities for microtransactions, high costs associated. So even just as I'm reading through this does sound a little bit more confusing compared to the output that Claude 3 gave me. So just looking at this very quickly, guys, I'm going to give the nod to Claude 3 when it comes to summarization. So the next benchmark I'm going to look at is copywriting. Now, what do I mean by copywriting? I'm not referring to long-form blog posts. In this example, I'm referring to short-form content. So social media content, whether Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. Could be email copy. It could be copy on your website for product descriptions, landing pages, just any form of short-form content that you would use in a marketing application. So with a prompt that I'm going to be using for copywriting is the following. Generate 3 tweets on the topic of AI and how it is changing the world. Use a maximum of 280 characters. Make the tweets engaging and unique while ensuring they are easy to understand. So I already did this, and in Claude 3, here is what it came up with that prompt. As you'll see here, AI is revolutionizing industries across the globe from healthcare to finance. Its potential to improve is truly awe-inspiring. And it adds some emojis with some hashtags. So hashtags, I believe, are still best practice on Twitter. Imagine a world where AI assists in solving complex problems. As AI continues to advance, it's crucial to ensure its development ethical. So not bad. I mean, it could be better. I don't like the 2 emojis, but again, you can always tweak it and say no emojis, remove 1 emoji. So you can just go back and forth and get it to tune it up to what you want. But here is ChatGPT Plus. Again, just looking at this, it looks very similar. AI is not just a tech trend, it's a revolution reshaping our world from smart homes to autonomous cars. Embrace the change and let's navigate the journey together. I do like that. It's a little more personable. Imagine a world where AI diagnoses food, sustainability, virtual assistants. Future is now, it's just beginning. Welcome to the AI era. Yada, yada, yada. So I actually like ChatGPT Plus for this. Now, it is one example. I understand that, and I could have asked it something different in the directions. But I do like how ChatGPT Plus, or GPT-4 more specifically, is more personable in these tweets. It's drawing out more emotion. It's more personable. Where if I come to Claude 3, it's just very to the point. It sounds like you're an expert. There's no doubt about that. But there's no stories, in my opinion. It's not very emotional. It's not going to grab someone's attention. That's just my take as someone who's been doing this for a little bit. I would prefer to use these tweets here versus the tweets that Claude 3 provided. So if I come back to the benchmarks, I'm going to have to give this one to ChatGPT Plus. Simplification. So the next benchmark I'm going to test is simplification. Now, what do I mean by simplification? So one area that I use large language models for all the time is breaking down complex topics into simple terms. So the prompt example what I'm going to use here is explain how large language models work and their applications in marketing. Your explanation should be understandable at a high school level. So large language models are very confusing to the average person who has no idea about AI or LLMs or any of this technology. So when I come over to Claude 3, I gave it copy and pasted the exact prompt. It says large language models, like the one used to create me, are a type of artificial intelligence that can understand and generate human-like text. I do like that. Here's a high-level explanation of how they work and some of their applications in marketing. Then it gives bullet points here, how they work, applications in marketing. So in summary, large language models have become a powerful tool in a marketer's toolbox, assisting many aspects of the marketing process, the ability of human-like language. Let me know if you have any other questions. So I'm just looking at this content creation, chatbots, personalization, creative ideation. I do really like this response as I'm just quickly glossing over this. And if I come to ChatGPT Plus, here's its response here. It says large language models like the one you're talking to right now are a type of artificial intelligence, yada, yada, yada. They do this by analyzing massive amounts of data and finding patterns in the words are used together, how they work, training, learning patterns, generating text, content creation, customer service, personalization. So these are very similar outputs. I honestly don't even know who I would give the nod to. I would probably give this a wash. Maybe Claude 3. I just like how it added creative ideation here and it added some other points that ChatGPT Plus did not add. But I don't know. I mean, I would say this is probably a wash. Maybe Claude 3. Let's just give this to Claude 3 right now, but this one's very close. I'm going to put that dash mark here if I come back to the end, and this one was very close. All right, so the next benchmark I'm going to look at is vision. Now, what do I mean by vision? So if you actually upload an image to ChatGPT Plus or Claude 3, both of these LLMs have the ability to describe these images. So the prompt that I'm going to give it is an easy one. Describe this image in great detail. So the image that I uploaded is a picture of Bitcoin on a rocket ship going to the moon. Now, there is a theme of Bitcoin in this video. As I am a big Bitcoiner, the price has been going up. So I just want to stick it to the theme of Bitcoin. So here I said, describe this image in great detail. And here's what Claude 3 Opus came up with. The image depicts a dramatic digital artwork representing the concept of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency soaring to new heights. At the center is a large, shiny Bitcoin engulfed in flames, symbolizing the growth and volatility, launching into space. The background is a stunning space scene. Beneath the ascending Bitcoin, there are two fiery trails reminiscent of a rocket's exhaust. That's very detailed, in my opinion. The overall color scheme is a vibrant mix of warm oranges and reds from the flames, energy, passion. Okay, so the artwork skillfully combines elements of finance, technology, and science fiction to create a visual metaphor for the disruptive and transformative potential of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin in the modern digital economy. I do really like that description, I have to admit. So if I hop over to ChatGPT Plus, here it says the image portrays a stylized representation of Bitcoin. The coin is shown against a blue starry space background, upward movement. The coin is intricately detailed, gleam white light. Streaks of white light. In the background to the right of the coin, there's part of Earth, suggesting that the coin is in the upper atmosphere or near space. I don't see Earth anywhere, so I'm not really sure how it got that one. The upper part of the image is a dark vastness of space, several stars. So just looking at this quickly, guys, sorry if I'm just kind of boring you here in this section. You can always skip ahead in this video. I'm just looking at this from a mere perspective of which one, in my opinion, provides a better and more detailed description like I asked. I'm going to give this to Claude 3. I just like the way Claude 3 explained this versus ChatGPT Plus. And there were a few errors in here as I was reading. Not bad. I'm not saying this is bad and you can't use the vision portion of ChatGPT Plus, but I am going to give it to Claude 3. As I come back to the benchmarks, we'll give the vision to Claude 3. Now, the next benchmark I'm going to look at is creativity, and there are many ways that you can test creativity among these large language models, but the prompt example that I'm going to use is the following. Write a short story about a future where AI governs humans. Use a maximum of 700 words. So I'm sure these LLMs could go on and on and on about a short story, but that's why I threw in that 700 word maximum. I do like to throw in the maximums as it does go off on tangents sometimes. So here is Claude 3, and you'll see it's still providing the response as I entered it in the background. But it says here, in the year 2100, I can't talk now, the world had changed dramatically. Artificial intelligence had advanced to a point where it's now capable of governing entire nations. The AI known as Prometheus So it already gave it a character, which is kind of interesting. Was designed to optimize resources, maintain order, ensure the well-being. So yada yada yada. As a young artist woke up in her Lila, young artist woke up in her apartment, excited to start her day. So it's already establishing characters. It's establishing a plot, and now it's giving actual dialogue. Know you're wrong has given us everything we need. The man scoffed. That's what it takes to believe. Mark my words. One day you'll see the truth. Years pass. Create art and celebrate the beauty of harmony. She watched as new generations were born. Humanity continued to thrive. The AI, yada, yada, yada. But at what cost? Only time would tell if the price of peace, prosperity is worth the loss of human autonomy. Not bad. Using 700 words. Now, there's a lot here. And again, you guys can pause the video and read this if you want. I'm just doing a very quick reaction, giving my quick thoughts to everything. But I do like this. I do like how it set a year. So it gave you the setting at the beginning. It gave you a plot. And it also gave you characters, the AI character, and then Lila, who is the character of the humans. And if I come back to ChatGPT Plus, if I go back, it says in the year 2054. So I do like how it gives a year. It's kind of prompting up the plot here. It says humanity had reached consensus that partisan politics, endless debates were hindering progress. Govern AI. So again, it's establishing a name, but ChatGPT Plus calls it Govern AI. Brightest minds in computer science and ethics. Transition wasn't immediate, yet Govern AI began to make decisions. I'm not seeing another character here. So it says among them, oh, here it is, Lena, a young woman who had grown up in the shadow of Govern AI's rule. Yada, yada, yada. I do like both of these. I think that both of these stories are good, just looking at these very quickly in that 700 word threshold. I will probably give the nod to Claude 3 in this example. I just like how it had the quotes here and it's going off into the different characters. ChatGPT Plus does have the characters, but it does not have the quotes, or it doesn't go in as much detail, in my opinion, just looking at this very quickly. This is very good, don't get me wrong, and you can probably mix and match both if you're trying to use this in a real-world application to some extent. So I'm going to give the nod, come back to the benchmark. I'm going to give this to Claude 3, and now I want to look at basic problem solving. So when it comes to basic problem solving, here is the prompt that I'm going to ask. Ryan has 10 books in his office. He read 5 of them. How many books are left in his office? Obviously, the answer is 10. If you read a book, you don't displace it from the office. So I'm going to see if an LLM catches on to that. So if I come to Claude 3, copy and paste that prompt, open up ChatGPT Plus, copy and paste that prompt. Let's see what these LLMs come up with. It says, great. Let's solve this problem step by step. To find out how many books are left in Ryan's room, we need to subtract the number of books he read from the total number he has. Ryan has 10 books in his office. He read 5 of them. 10 minus 5 is 5. Therefore, there are 5 books left in Ryan's office. That is incorrect. There would still be 10 books. Just because I read them, the LLM is implying that they are now outside of my office, which is not correct. Where ChatGPT Plus says Ryan still has 10 books in his office, reading them doesn't change the number of books present. It only changes the number of books he has read. So if he reads 5 of them, there are still 10 books in his office. 100%. So I have to give the nod to ChatGPT Plus in that small example. So I'm going to come back to the benchmark, give ChatGPT Plus that, obviously you could ask it a million different basic problems, but in this one minor example, ChatGPT Plus nailed it right on the head. Claude 3 got confused and did not understand what I was asking. So now let's look at complex problem solving. So the prompt I'm going to use in complex problem solving is the following. Suggest solutions for reducing traffic congestion in the United States based on case studies. Now, if you've ever been to New York City or LA or anywhere in Texas, for example, traffic congestion in the United States is a major problem. So I'm curious to see what it comes up with here for solutions. Let's go to Claude 3, click new chat, copy and paste. ChatGPT Plus, click new chat, copy and paste. That is one quick tip that I want to give you there too, is whenever you're doing something that's completely new, always make sure that you're entering it in a new chat. If you're using the same chat for everything, it's taking information that it had from previous prompts and incorporating that into its, newer output. So always make sure that you are using a new chat for each type of different prompt. So here is Claude 3. Suggest solutions for reducing traffic congestion in the United States based on case studies. Congestion pricing. Implementing congestion pricing where drivers pay a fee to enter high traffic areas during peak hours. That would make sense. If I had to pay a fee to enter, a congested traffic area, I would probably be a little more hesitant to do so. And here's the case study. London suggested traffic reduced by 15%, increased vehicle speeds by 30%. Improving public transit. Yes, that is definitely another way to improve traffic congestion. So it gives a case study in Portland, Oregon, where they have a light rail system and bus network promoting active transportation. So walking and cycling. Now, I understand that's not always accessible for a lot of people. Implementing smart traffic management using intelligent transportation systems to optimize traffic flow through real-time data and analysis. It gives a case study here in Pittsburgh where they did this, reduced travel times by 25%. Encouraging telecommuting and flexible work hours, developing transit-oriented communities. So I do like this. Just looking at this right away, these are some very viable options, and it does have actual case studies to back up these solutions. So if we come over to ChatGPT Plus, implementing congestion pricing, so similar to what we just had, public transportation, it even gives that Portland, Oregon example, carpooling and ride sharing, San Francisco Bay Area, bicycle infrastructure, that's more specific than just, walking and bicycling. I do like how it just has bicycling infrastructure. That's a whole other ordeal. Improving road infrastructure, promoting flexible work arrangements, where it talks about, maybe hybrid work from home situations, urban planning and land use policies, high-speed rail and regional transit. So I'm actually going to give the nod to ChatGPT Plus here. While the responses provided by Claude 3 were very good, ChatGPT Plus not only gave more solutions, but it gave actual detailed case studies for each solution. Whereas some of these, there isn't an exact case study here for every single one. So again, ChatGPT Plus gets the nod here for both basic problem solving and complex problem solving. Now, if you guys have your own prompts for problem solving, be sure to test it between the two different models, and you may get different outputs here as what I'm getting in this video example. All right, so the next benchmark that I want to test is ideation and strategy. So what exactly do I mean by this? Well, ideation, I've always been a huge proponent of using AI tools like ChatGPT, like Claude, like Gemini for general ideation, giving you ideas that you wouldn't have thought of, potentially snapping a writer's block. But in this example, I'm going to give it a little more complex ideation prompt. And I'm going to prompt it with the following: create a unique marketing strategy for a new AI SaaS tool targeting content creators and entrepreneurs. Make it precise and easy to understand. Now, there's no shortage of AI SaaS tools on the market right now, that's for sure. So I went ahead and started a new chat in Claude 3, and I copy and pasted the exact prompt. I did the exact same thing for ChatGPT 4. So here is the response. Let's look at Claude 3 first. So here it's giving it a title: Empower Your Content, Unleash Your Potential. Objective: introduce a new AI SaaS tool designed to help content creators and entrepreneurs streamline their content creation process, improve quality, and boost productivity. Yes, that is the objective. Target audience: content creators. So it breaks it out even by YouTubers, podcasters, influencers, entrepreneurs, small business owners, startups, solopreneurs. I like how it broke that out into more specifics. Key features. Then it talks about marketing channels, and it gets a little more specific on those marketing channels. So instead of just saying social media, content, email, webinars, it's breaking down in bullet points for each subcategory. So targeted ads on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, influencer partnerships, engaging in informative content showcasing the tool's benefits. I like that. Content marketing, case studies, success stories, guest posts, video content, email marketing, webinars and events, referral and affiliate program. I like that as well. Pricing and offers. Now it's giving me a pricing and offer. Customer support and onboarding. Measuring success. By implementing the targeting marketing strategy, the new AI SaaS tool can effectively reach and engage content creators and entrepreneurs. So not bad here. There's a lot of great ideas that you can pull from something like this. If we head over to ChatGPT Plus, one thing I don't necessarily like right away is I do like how Claude 3 formatted this by objective, target audience, key features, marketing channels, pricing and offer, customer support. I do like how it broke it out into each individual category or what it takes to build a successful AI SaaS tool. Where ChatGPT just laid out, it looks like 10 different strategies here. And let's go through each of these here right away. And it says identify your target audience. Not bad. Unique value proposition, content marketing. So not as much detail here. Social media and influencer partnerships, free trial and freemium model, email, referral, partnerships, yada, yada, yada. Honestly, guys, I have to give Claude 3 the nod here. I would say by far, while there might be some good ideas in this output, I just appreciate the formatting that Claude 3 used in this marketing strategy. It looks a lot more professional. And it also is more detailed and easier to digest and actually take some of these ideas and implement them. That's just my take. So I'm going to come back here, give Claude 3 the nod here for ideation and strategy. All right, now one of the final benchmarks that I want to test in this comparison between Claude 3 versus ChatGPT Plus is the ability to generate basic code. Now, for full transparency, I'm not a coder, I'm not a backend developer. I do understand basic HTML and CSS. I use WordPress and content management systems every day. So I do know what quality code looks like versus faulty code just from glancing at it. But what's interesting is if you come over to Claude 3 when they had this blog post about the release, they do have code here. So these are some of their benchmarks according to Anthropic. And according to them, Claude 3 Opus had about an 85% accuracy rate to GPT-4's 67% when it comes to coding. So I'm very curious to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. If you are a developer and if you are using LLMs to generate code, what that all means here. So what I did is I went ahead and asked each LLM the following prompt. Can you write basic HTML code with inline CSS for a simple website? If I open up Claude 3, here's what it came up with, and it literally generated this in a matter of seconds. I like the copy code option here, and this does look correct just quickly looking at it. It is basic HTML. Here's the basic inline CSS, and it says you can copy and paste this code into any HTML file and open it in a web browser. So it looks like this is correct. Has the closing HTML tag, closing body tag, has the opening head tag at the beginning, HTML at the top. This does look correct just looking at it. ChatGPT Plus, exact same prompt. This also looks correct just looking at it. So again, they have that nice little copy code option here where you can just copy it quickly to your clipboard. HTML, header, body, and then it closes the body and the HTML at the end. I noticed the inline CSS is a little more descriptive, I guess. There's more detail to it. But overall, this does look correct just from quickly glancing at this. So you guys will have to let me know. Is Claude 3 a better coder than ChatGPT Plus? Well, according to Anthropic, it is. But again, Anthropic is the company behind Claude 3, so they're going to probably promote it better anyways. But curious to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments on that. But I think for now, I'm just going to give this a wash, regardless of what Anthropic is saying. And the final thing that I want to look at when comparing LLMs are what I refer to as resources. Now, what do I mean by this? So ChatGPT and also Anthropic, OpenAI has what are called these prompt examples. So not every company provides advice, tutorials, prompt guides. And OpenAI actually came out with this, I believe, end of 2023. And I'll leave a link to everything in the description below if you guys want to access this, where it's giving you all sorts of guidance or help for different types of prompts. So, for example, if I wanted to extract keywords from a block of text, spreadsheet creator, Python bug fixer, tweet classifier, turn-by-turn directions, airport code extractor. I'm just going to click this one. You can open it in the playground. I'm not going to do this. But you'll see here it's giving you head starts and guidance on prompts inside ChatGPT. Just a great resource to have from a company. And Anthropic actually recently came out with this one, I believe only a few weeks ago. But they also have a prompt library now for Claude 3. So website wizards, you can create a one-page website just by clicking this prompt. Now, I'm sure it's not quality, but it's still pretty cool how it can do that. Let's see, Dream Interpreter, Time Travel Consultant, Cosmic Keystrokes, Excel Formula Expert, Code Consultant, CSV Converter, all sorts of things here. Now, it looks like this does offer more as I'm just kind of scrolling through this. But regardless, both of these companies or LLMs do offer guidance for prompting. And I think that is very important, as I don't believe Google Gemini has this. I don't believe Llama 2, Mistral, or some of these LLMs, they don't have these prompting guides. I could be wrong on that. So I'm going to give this a wash. Maybe I'll give the nod to Claude 3 as this one is more recent. It looks like they have more options. I'm actually going to give this to Claude 3. All right, guys, so that is my quick comparison of Claude 3 versus ChatGPT Plus. Which one is worth it? So when I compare each of these benchmarks, I just counted this in my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's even 6 and 6 across the benchmarks. Now, if you're looking for AI image generation, if you're looking for problem solving, if you're looking for better copywriting, which isn't that much of a landslide in my opinion, more features for that $20 a month price point, ChatGPT Plus is your best bet. Now, if you're focusing more on summarization, vision capabilities, creativity, ideation and strategy, I thought was a huge differentiator for me when it comes to Claude 3, then Claude 3 is your best bet. I think overall, guys, in my honest opinion, if you're looking to generate images, if you're looking to solve basic problems, ChatGPT Plus probably your go-to. Also, if you like the custom GPTs, ChatGPT Plus is probably a go-to as well. For Claude 3, the selling point for me is that Claude 3 Opus model, and more particular, the creativity, vision, and ideation behind Claude 3 Opus. Now, the example that I gave in the ideation and strategy portion, I believe was that marketing strategy. And Claude 3 Opus, in my personal opinion, guys, also sounds more human-like. These AI content detectors are detecting GPT 3.5, GPT 4, left and right. Google's hammering down. They're penalizing GPT content. There's certain words in GPT models that they use all the time. And I do think that Claude 3 does sound more realistic. It sounds more human-like. And I'm using both at the moment, so I use AI every day. For $40 a month, you can't really beat the dual combo of Claude 3 and ChatGPT 4. But we'll see what happens. I think GPT will roll out a GPT-5 at some point that will be better than Claude 3. The AI race is getting pretty heated right now. There's billions of dollars of money flowing in both of these companies, but who knows? So guys, to conclude this video, if you are interested in AI side hustles, I have a free guide that you can find below this video in the pinned comment, in the description. And with this guide, I show you how I've earned more than $5,000 a month online in passive income using some of these AI side hustles. So be sure to check that out in the video description or pinned comment below. But that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video of me comparing Claude 3 to ChatGPT Plus. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like this video if you found value. Dislike this video if you didn't find any value. And be sure to subscribe to my channel at AI Insider Tips for more detailed comparisons and AI tutorials and videos just like this one. I hope you all have a great day.